And welcome to the Darkened Planet. Oh my God! Welcome to the Darkened Hour. Wow, we were just finished talking about the gaming planet and whatnot. Holy hell, guys!
Welcome to the Darkened Planet.
Yeah,
welcome to the Darkened Planet where things are always dark and there is no light because there's no such thing as light. We are the Dark Souls and we are the Heartless.
And we're the Darkened Planet. Oh yeah.
We were the planet that never was.
Wow. Well, guys, this is the Darkened Hour. We like to combine and cross over everything in the world, including
like
Kingdom
Disney's
Hearts
doing.
and all that. Right there, you go, guys. There you go. We'd like to thank everyone who's listening in. I know before we had a very rough time to begin. We had like
no audio.
No audio. Go figure. But we're here now, and we have a few topics to talk about, but we're not going to go into full details. One being Star Wars. We're gonna
be spoiler free about the
spoiler free, right? Very quick, we're gonna go pass over Star Wars a little bit. I had the luxury, the wonderfulness to see it yesterday, and I was half asleep, but I still saw it yesterday, and it blew my socks off. We're also gonna talk about what Disney's doing, how they always like to say, how Disney is the devil, and you know what? We were right.
Seriously, collecting souls, having these companies sign in blood.
Mm-hmm. I am God. At Marv, I am God. Chris. That's a guy. That's a person named I am God. Chris. I am God. Chris. Do you know who that is?
Chris Benton. It's a familiar name. I don't know exactly who that is. I know I've seen the name before. Chris Benton.
Well, I am God. Chris. You seem like a new person. Welcome to the chat. Cool. And welcome back to the Gaming Planet. I know we just mentioned you before, but still, a official welcome. Hey, what's up?
We were trying to welcome you, but there was no
audio. Yeah. Well, okay. So I'm gonna touch on Star Wars really quickly.
Okay.
I know you have yet to see it, but
I know a lot about Star Wars, so I
Star
should
Trek.
be able to,
That's
no. I'm talking about the Enterprise, not the Death Star.
What? Okay. I saw it yesterday. It was great. Yeah, pretty much. Please, let's not do this.
Josh, I have a joke for you.
Oh my goodness. What is it, Yoda?
Here it comes. What does a bounty hunter call his dog?
What?
His boba pet. Funny joke.
Well, on that note, Yoda, saw Star Wars yesterday, and I'm not sure what can be considered a spoiler and what is not a spoiler. All I can say is it's a very meaty movie. Just like just like when you have these trilogies with Star Wars movie, the movie that comes out the second is the one that gives you the most information. Mm-hmm. The first movie is very introductory, especially with this brand new trilogy is all about following the pattern of the original.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the introductions of the new characters. And the second one is always like, okay, well, you already know the introduction. You already know these new brand new characters. Here's a bunch of information. And the third movie is about resolution and, resolution to the conflict. But I will say is Luke Skywalker does have a lot more dialogue in this one. He plays an exceptional part in this movie, along with Leia. Word to the wise that this is before Leia actually, passes away in real life. So in this movie, there's no indication where she does not get killed. She still continues all the way through, even all the way through the movie. So I'm sure they're going to retcon this in between movies, where in the next movie she's not going to be around or whatever it is. But this is before she passes away in real life. And so, there's no, I didn't even see no memory of or whatever have you. Then again, I didn't stay after the credits.
Okay. So,
but yeah, Luke has a very exceptional part. We know more of Kylo Ren, more of Rey. We get to see Snoke, full-fledged, full body, playing around with the Force and the Force lightning, which we finally get to see in this modern day editing post-production thing. Yeah, because
all we saw was that Palpatine,
JPEG, his voice. I don't know who voices him. His voice actor is just amazing. Mm-hmm. Sounds like he's coming from like World of Warcraft or some of the sort, but such a good character. Unfortunately, there's some things that happen along. Of course, this movie is far from perfect. There's some mishaps which I really can't disclose right now because it's
spoiler-free episode.
Right. Poe also has a lot more screen time, unlike the first part.
Mm-hmm.
A lot more screen time. I feel like Finn's taken a more of a back seat in this movie, whereas in the beginning he pretty much just started it off. Right, he has more of a back seat in this one. Poe is more of the fronter now in this movie, which is really good, because he's one of the new heroes, of course. Phasma definitely has more screen time in this one as well. I know that's something that Tia LaBeouf always wanted, is Phasma. So she does have, she has a one-on-one with Finn, rightly so, because that's something that we all wanted to see, is Finn versus Phasma. What else? I'm trying to see if there's, of course, Chewie's in this movie. Luke, I want to touch on Luke more because this is the Luke, this is, in all intents and purposes, the Luke that we remember him to be from the first 3 movies. Back in the 1980s and late 1970s. But he is older. He is obviously he's older, but he's been through crap. This is a weathered Luke that you're like, wow, you've been through a lot of crap, buddy. Mm-hmm. There's a reason why he's in this island, which I'm not gonna say, but he's there. We still don't know who Rey's parents are because that wasn't told in this movie. Now, how can I put this? This is the movie where all the original characters are gone. Like, this is the definitive movie that just pretty much tells us as an audience that the next movie that's coming out is not the Star Wars that we know. This is the very last. Torch, yeah. Exactly. This is the very last movie where we're not going to have a Leia next movie unless they digitize her. Like they did in Rogue One.
Yeah.
Ben is
ready.
Yep. Ben is done. And I can't. Something happens to Luke. Not saying anything else. I'm just saying, like, teacher, like student. That's all I got. That's all I'm gonna say. But these guys are broken. There's a reason why they're the son of the chosen one, which is the son of Space Jesus, which is Darth Vader. There's a reason why both of them. Leia surprises you the hell out. Like, we know Leia to be a military veteran. That's all she's been in the original one. She was like the head of the rebel.
For a princess, she was leading an army.
Oh yeah, she was always the military. But in this movie. Let me tell you, she has nothing on Luke Skywalker.
Ooh.
Let me tell you that she has nothing on that guy, and she debuts. Like we know Luke is gonna be broken. We know this already. He's been trained by the greats, Obi-Wan, Yoda. We know he's broken. It's just a matter of I want to see how broken or how good he's become since the last movie or the last originals. But we've never seen nothing when it came to Leia, and she shows us in this movie in a circumstance that is just like. You're dead. What? Like this is. I can honestly say she's like the death of Star Wars. That's how I see her to be. Yeah. If you're getting hyped, it's good because she is that broken. Oh my goodness, she is dumb.
To specify, when you're saying death, you're referring to Supernatural's version of death, where like this guy was just he came on screen and you were like. Chills. Like anytime he spoke was just this man.
And you know what? And it's you get the chills. But when it came to Leia, she was just so calm.
Just like death was.
She was so calm. And like you see her and you're like, okay, you're broken, but you're not intimidating. But it's just like when she's destroying a wall and walks in with the white, and she's like, whoa, no, let's not do this on screen right now, please. But yes, guys, Star Wars delivers. It has a good ratings. On Rotten Tomatoes, good critics, and of course fans overall. Just try not to, I don't want to say try not to fall asleep. It's don't blink because there's a lot of information coming in. They're just trying to get their pieces in order. So good movie overall. Batarangs in terms of this non-spoiler review, which next week we will talk about it in depth.
Yeah, because then I can actually see it because I wasn't prepared this weekend. Yeah,
in depth. I would give it out of a Batarangs, just non-spoiler review, 8.5, maybe even 9 out of 10. 100%. Like it's
you're gonna
really
go see it again, or
absolutely I'm gonna see it again. Definitely, it's a must watch.
All right, I'll probably go with you, or like we'll try and meet up that way. We can because I know how you are when it comes to movies. You watch it the first time out of pure enjoyment, and the second time is when you're gonna you do the critic viewing. Yeah,
that's when I'm like, oh, that's a green screen. Yeah. Oh, that's a really bad continuity error. Like that's what I do with the second time around.
You become Cinema Sins.
Pretty much. So moving on to the next thing that we want to talk about, which is the Disney acquisition of
the Disney Infinity Gauntlet.
Pretty much. We just come to find out that they finally acquired
entertainment
stuff, the rights of these
Pop-Up
characters.
Girls in the chat. What is up?
Tia de LeBuff. Oh wow, that's interesting. Hey y'all, I'll be with you guys for the spoiler review. Hells yeah! Thank you for just seeing us and just being with us in spirit through the digital world. Yeah.
Wow, I was watching Digimon. That's creepily ironic. It's weird.
Yeah.
That's like very, very, very specifically weird because you looked at me when you said digital world.
Because I know you're a big Digimon fan.
Okay.
That's why I said it for. Yeah. In spirit.
Yes, in spirit.
Yeah. Okay, so
she's like our fourth spirit. She's like in the fourth spirit right now.
That's what I'm saying. She's like the Obi-Wan who comes in.
Hey Tia.
Oh my goodness.
I have a joke, or you?
Please.
You want to hear it?
She's gonna be like, sure. Okay, so coming back on topic, we just come to find out that it's been confirmed. Mm-hmm. Disney has acquired the rights to these characters. The X-Men, Logan, Deadpool, even Fantastic Four. Now they have full rights. Well, no, that's Sony. I was gonna say Spider-Man. That's all Sony right there. Now let me ask you something. Let me ask.
The Yoda
hear
voice.
You.
Oh, you want to hear more? I got the joke ready.
Oh boy.
And it's fresh out of the oven and juicy.
Right.
Where does Darth Vader get his Christmas gifts? At the Darth Mall. Funny joke.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Yeah. Exactly. So let me ask you a question. Now, with this acquisition already gone through, what do you think this means?
I'm hoping to see. Well, all right. Obviously, there's obviously the whole Marvel's gonna be able to do this, Marvel's gonna be able to do that, and like that's the pretty much the biggest thing since Marvel is kind of like the top dog when it comes to like movies and things and things of that nature. And now we probably can see some decent
Fantastic Four going on now.
That's what I'm hoping for. Like, I'm not looking to bring characters into the Marvel universe because the Marvel movie universe is starting to wrap up anyway.
Yeah,
I just want to see some good individual heroes at this point that are still under Fox with some Disney money and some Marvel guidance on like how to portray these characters where you're not doing a whole training day video for the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, because not everything can be Logan and Deadpool, but everything shouldn't be, Days of Future Past. Like where it's like, why, it's like, why is this all over the place? Like, just give us pick up a book, read it, and just give us that in a movie. That's it.
You know what? And that's so simple. That's extremely
really simple.
Now we have one individual, amongst all this that there's a little iffy about the whole merge, and that's Ryan Reynolds. He's a little iffy about it because of course he's Deadpool. His movie relies on the rated R that Fox could have given. It could have given. And Disney has acquired it. Now he's a little worried. He's like, okay, so what's gonna happen to Deadpool? He doesn't want to see a PG-13 on a Deadpool movie. Yeah. You can only imagine how that's gonna crumble.
Especially because it has to live up to the first movie.
Right.
Now if it came out the gate PG-13, it might have been flexible considering that Deadpool is a comic book character who doesn't really go too far in some books, but like after you've already like laid out the grounds in the first movie, it's hard to step up to that. I mean, look what happened in Scary Movie. Prime example. Yeah. Scary Movie 1 and 2 rated R. Scary Movie 3 PG-13.
There you go. Now, if I remember correctly, I know Deadpool either finish or at the end of the wrapping stage, or they're doing post-production right now. Because I don't think they're in the distributing stage right now. That movie's gonna go through.
Yeah. I mean, for all we know, Disney just might not even put their name on it. They'll just let it shoot and just.
Yeah, that might be a thing. Most likely,
because they've done it before. I mean, technically, there's things that Disney owns that they just don't take claim to. It's just like, oh yeah, it's this company. I mean, there's so many DreamWorks movies that I've seen that I keep forgetting that DreamWorks is like its own company. Yeah, it's owned by Disney, but DreamWorks is still its own thing. So it's like they look Disney, but they're not fully Disney. It's kind of like when it comes to Studio Ghibli. Yeah, Studio Ghibli's its own thing. It's just with Disney as well. It's like, all right, so people can branch, but at the same time, these are still like kid-friendly movies, true, but I don't know. I'm just kind of hoping that Disney doesn't like devil up so hard.
I mean, speaking of deviling, okay, so but now it's been confirmed that also Hugh Jackman is coming back to reprise his role as Logan, specifically for Infinity War or the Avengers 4.
Avengers 4, yeah.
Now with all these new characters, and the X-Men line is huge. I think they're not gonna end in Phase 3 or Phase 4. I think they're gonna have more phases now because they want these characters inside the Marvel universe, especially the X-Men ones anyway. At least the X-Men one. Now, do you think it's too late now? Do you think this is already too late for them to come in? It's this stage
far too late, only because Marvel backed themselves into a corner by making all these characters in New York. So now that they showing up, it's like, oh, where were you last weekend? Like, you know, it's one of those kind of things. Like, how do you just happen to show up now without any explanation, unless they somehow do?
It's like, hey, you know that spaceship that arrived not too long ago, right?
The only way this will work is somehow either. I think this can be easily linked with a Deadpool movie, only because Deadpool has cable,
which is going to be part 2.
Exactly.
Okay.
Deadpool has cable. We have a time traveler. This is X-Men. They jump time and dimensions all the time. So
it's a regular Tuesday.
That's the only way they can just last minute throw a few X heads in there. Only way, but it's got to be somehow linked between cable or some kind of like dimensional jumping. They can't just like, oh yeah, I saw that fight with the Shatari last year. It's like, no, you didn't, nigga. Why did you help out? Like, yeah, it's like.
They do that in the series, which makes sense because these are a little more lower end individuals.
Yeah,
these are the heroes are like, okay, that's above my payroll.
Oh, so I get that pay grade thing, but Wolverine definitely could have joined.
Yeah, especially Wolverine. You knew for a fact he would have been there to help.
He's a war. He's a legitimate war hero. So it's like. He sees alien invasion. He's not just gonna watch the Hulk smash.
I mean, but they could easily just say, "Well, I've been helping other people on the other side of the world or something of the sort." I mean, that could be easily just like, "Oh, this is happening." You know, like even Strange, when the first Avenger movie, he was nowhere around, but he was mentioned.
Yeah,
he was definitely mentioned, and he was already doing his thing around that time, even though the movie takes it back before that. You know, when he just got his powers.
Yeah.
Maybe they can easily just do something like that, and I guess we'll fall for it. He's like, okay, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, but they also can do, again, they can flashpoint it. They can do the Days of Future Past.
Oh, we got a subscriber. Joe Rowland, what is up, though? Thanks for the subscribing-ish.
All right.
Welcome to the Hourglass.
I like that little animation, Mr.
It's creepy when you don't expect it. It scared the hell out of me the first time I saw it.
Oh, that's Kadaj. Like, it's been a minute. Huh.
No, that wasn't Kadaj.
It wasn't Kadaj?
No.
I could have sworn that was Kadaj.
No, that's that girl from, what the hell is that name? Mara's going to kill me.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, it's like one of his favorite guys. It's one of the, is it Nier? I forget the name of the game. I think it's called Nier. But like,
oh, wait, from the Neo Automatica?
Yes.
Oh, like Tubi? I guess that's her name, Tubi. I haven't played it yet. But
I haven't played it. That's why I'm familiar with it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you're right, yeah.
The animation, yeah.
He's logged onto our account.
My man. I actually like look at that, the Darkened Hour. Man, this is...
Only color on our screen, eh?
The only color on our screen, go figure.
Yeah, it's his favorite. All right, yeah, I was going to say
all right, look at that. Okay, cool. So, all right, so, yeah, I agree with you. I think it's too late in the game. But, I mean, I'm sure they can make it work. Now, they're going to have a Phase 4. That's already been confirmed. Now, with this, they're going to Phase 5, Phase 6. So they want to put them in. I mean, them in the.
I mean, it's like they can definitely do the new Avengers or whatever like that, which does happen. We have like Spider-Man as part of it. Yeah, it's scary. Yeah,
it's like we're getting hacked or something. Like, oh, who just hacked us? What's going on? You know.
So I'm like, I mean, they can always do like Spidey, Wolverine.
And that's a thing too.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly
Spidey and Wolverine. That's an actual thing.
Avengers. Yeah, that's what I'm like. So that's literally what this will lead into.
But see, now mind you, this Spidey, this Peter Parker. He doesn't fit well with the Hugh Jackman. I think the second Spider-Man, the second Peter.
Oh, what's his name? Andrew Garfield.
He would seem perfect.
See, Andrew. The reason why Andrew works so much is because he was a sarcastic asshole.
He was the Spider-Man. Yeah.
Ziggler won the U.S. title.
What? Don't spoil anything. Today is the contest of champions. I believe today is please don't spoil anything because I'm a huge wrestling fan.
I fell off after him. This whole month I've been off. So I'm completely off. I fell off.
I'm on that. But at last, this is the wrestling podcast. You want to do wrestling? Listen to OTR podcast. This is comic book and movies, people. Comic book and movies. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so.
Make a Dolph Ziggler comic book and then we'll talk about it.
You know what? I think they're in a comic book. All of them. They have their own little like fan thing going on, and it's an actual. I think it's Dark Horse that has it or IDW. They actually have a comic book of all of them doing their own crazy things.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta pick up that Finn Balor and that Bobby Roode.
Let's put it. Yo, we all know WWE is just taking over the world.
Disney's gonna buy WWE from Vince.
Let's not do that because they're already in their kid era. Let's not make it even more
Oh God, yeah, Disney took over wrestling. Oh my Jesus, they'll take away the women's title and they'll just be princess titles.
Oh boy. Okay, so, what is Disney trying to do exactly? Like, they own a lot of things.
They're literally becoming an entertainment empire.
Yes.
Like literally an entertainment empire. If something is entertainment, Disney has to own it.
Yeah, and I know I threw this meme out a couple of days ago where Mickey Mouse has Spider-Man, like all these
they're all chained up, and then he looks at Batman with a DC flag.
He's like, you're next, bitch. And Batman's like, oh, DC, oh. And Warner Brothers has all of those characters in Warner Brothers, Wow. And from the looks of it, they might be able to do so.
I just had a frightening theory. All right, there's this manga or anime. You can watch it, you can read it, whatever. It's called Food Wars. Yeah. And that's pretty much the plot of Food Wars, especially season 3 anyway. Season 3, their school gets taken over by the owner's son. Like what is it? The head of the school, I forget the guy's name. His son, who was banished from the family, came back and had the top 10 students, like pretty much they're not valedictorian, whatever, because they didn't graduate, but they're that status. They're the number one of their grade, no matter what grade they're in. They're the top cooks in the school, so they get to vote on, like they have like more pull than some teachers do. So they get to vote on who's gonna run the school, who's the headmaster. So they voted that the son can come back as the headmaster and change the rules. So he came in and he's trying to get this thing called Central, where Central essentially like the rich people, and folks are gonna think this is going to be a conspiracy episode. Yeah, it kind of is. So, so in a nutshell, basically, he's taking over the school, and he comes from this place called Central, where all the rich people are from.
Okay.
His goal is that Central controls all forms of cooking in the country, in Japan, and then obviously they're going to try and spread around the world. They voted that everyone cooks like the top 10.
Right.
Because the top 10 cooks, everyone has their own cooking methods because they come from different cultures and backgrounds and areas of the world. They all come to the school to like advance their style, open up their own restaurant or whatever the hell they want to do with it, some Hell's Kitchen stuff. Central is trying to control all these restaurants so that way they only cook the same way. They only serve like a certain style, like only high gourmet. Like if you're not cooking like Gordon Ramsay, you can't have a restaurant.
Right.
So the purpose of hey, user, that's a interesting name.
User. If you can you explain your name, please? Because that's I'm sure that's gonna be one hell of an explanation.
User, get the picture, duh. But so in a nutshell, I see Disney's being at where it's entertainment is only by Disney. If it's Disney style, it shouldn't be. If
you can't entertain like Disney, you shouldn't be in the industry. Period.
You're a trash film. You're The Room. If you're not Disney, you're The Room.
Have you seen it?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Remember, we were supposed to see that together.
We have to see this together. Tia LaBeouf, if you're listening to this, I'm sure you are. We got to watch The Room. Those who are also listening, watch The Room. Don't watch The Disaster Artist. That's pretty much what the movie is based off. Room is amazing. Anyway, but yeah, if you're not produced or developed or even allocated like by Disney, then you're trash. You're a trash movie.
That's the central strategy. I feel like Disney is becoming central. Like, you know what? We have the best entertainment in the world, and that's true. They can back it up. We have the best entertainment. We're gonna collect everything has potential and make it ours.
Right.
Like we see Fox is failing with the licenses that they have. We're gonna take it and make something of it. We're gonna make it better because they can't do it.
So now, what do you think now? DC has been having a lot of problems.
DC's been up and down, so that's why there's so many memes. Like DC's next. They even put toy animation up there. Like I have the Mortal Kombat like challenge tower.
Yeah.
Like Warner Brothers toy animation.
That's crazy.
It's like it's just this Mickey Mouse evil smile just like rising up the tower. He's collecting any
he's become the brainiac of the bunch right now. He's just collecting little worlds.
And when I say entertainment, and here's the scariest thing about Disney, I'm not just saying movies and like cartoons, like children entertainment. We've seen. I'm down to watch The Room with you. Oh yeah. We definitely got to do that.
It's amazing, guys. Let me tell you, it's James Franco, the one dog. Yeah. James Franco's biggest gamble, which is making the artist, the Disaster Artist, is pretty much his biggest success. It's gonna be. Hopefully, he's gonna win an Oscar.
Hopefully,
it's crazy. It's amazing. But anyway,
it's gonna be next Leo DiCaprio. So the scariest thing about Disney is that they're just not viewer stuff. It's not like just animations and movies. Like they also touching games as well. Like they've collected Square Enix under their ring practically.
Did they?
Well, not fully licensed over, but like Square Enix isn't doing all that hot. Like they're selling because of
Final Fantasy
and Kingdom Hearts. That's keeping
pretty much it, honestly, because I think Nier Automata was also Square Enix. I think I believe so, and I'm not sure if it did pretty well. I mean, it's doing good in the fandom side of it because people like that, and especially Rule 34 and all that good stuff. But like, no one. It wasn't like it's like hype. And it wasn't completely just died afterwards.
Exactly. The hype. Like there's the diehard fans, and then that's kind of it. Like it didn't have the groundbreaking hype like how Kingdom Hearts. Like 12, 20 almost grueling years later for Kingdom Hearts 3, we still don't have it yet, but we're still sitting here just waiting for it to hit the stores. Like, tell you, every faggot fantasy they drop, we still go out and buy it, even though it's just the same damn thing. It's like,
I mean, hey, listen, why fix something that's broken?
Exactly, and this is the challenge tower that I saw because Nintendo's on there as well. Now we don't know if this is really, but
Nintendo has been doing amazing.
Because Nintendo survives because of their handheld.
You're tearing me apart. I can't wait to watch The Room for real this time. All I know are what people tell me. Yes.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be the Darkened Hour with Tia is definitely gonna be happening.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa. I just got that. That's what she was.
Oh, that's why it's like that. Okay, I was wondering why the quotes is like that.
It was so good. Let me tell you. I think that has like the most cinema sins. On CinemaSins.
Just that scene.
And most of it is not even like dialogue or away from the dialogue. It's just like, how many times they do this? And it just starts racking and stuff. It's just like football stuff. It's ridiculous, my friend. Ridiculous. But yeah, so continue.
So like, because we already know Nintendo's doing great, but like, I just see how Disney will claim anything that's an entertainment. Basically, that's the point, because like, Capcom, they're up and down.
Yeah.
Nintendo's up and down because their console doesn't do hot, but their handhelds is what backs them up. If they weren't still making Pokemon and Fire Emblem, Nintendo would probably be dead.
I mean, they have the Switch now too, and then of course you have Zelda.
Legend of Zelda, yeah, exactly.
And Mario Odyssey that came out, which is amazing.
Here's a theory. Now, what if Disney did buy out Nintendo, had the license to Zelda? Would you see a Zelda movie?
Yeah, no doubt about that.
I'm like, no doubt about that. There's a scary hope about it because, like, back to Food Wars, that's what kind of convinced him when he hears like how it can actually unite a lot of people and it helps a lot of people by uniting it under one flag. It's scary because it changes some things, but I'm like, I would like to see a Legend of Zelda movie.
I mean, it doesn't sound so bad if you think about it, because I mean, we already know that Disney has good writers.
Exactly,
we know this already. They have great writers.
There's so much material for a Zelda movie, which is weird that there isn't one. Not that I know of, at least not like because they had the TV show. I've only seen the TV show. I haven't seen a movie. I mean, if there is, someone please let me know, because I know there's the comic books out there. There's a cartoon series. There's a CDI. Oh God. And then there's the games that we all know and love. And like, I would like to see a legitimate, like, Advent Children 3D rendered Legend of Zelda. That's what I really want to see. Like a very realistic, like. And they can easily base it off of any of the 3D games, because we have Majora's Mask, which will make a good movie.
Which is it like one of the that's one of the more popular ones?
Yeah, that's the 3-day one. You have to stay the world in 3 days, so you have to keep going back in time and read. There's obviously the Ocarina of Time, which is the most well-known one, where like you have to change back and forth between 7 years to a kid and an adult, and unlock things when you're a kid, so that
it's like a Dragon Ball GT type of thing.
Pretty much, yeah. And in the future, you can.
Hey, I'm sorry, I've never played a Zelda game in my entire life.
Really? Yeah, you're missing out.
Because like around that time, you had
Final Fantasy.
Yes.
No, yeah, that's the war.
That's what. Yeah, it was Zelda and Final Fantasy. Yep. You were either one of those kids, and then you had those people in the middle who had enough time to do both. Who had enough time to do both. Unless and I had just enough time to play Final Fantasy, and it took my entire life.
It's like me when it came to it was a triangle at that point. You either Parasite Eve, Resident Evil, or Silent Hill.
I honestly, I was a Resident Evil kid, because
everyone played Resident Evil.
I barely ever played a Silent Hill game.
Silent Hill
ever. Now Parasite Eve, I played Parasite Eve a lot, but that was after I exhausted all my Resident Evil time. Yeah.
I played all of them, and I can humbly say Silent Hill.
I mean, I'm sure that's the more scarier.
Yeah, it's more scary. When it comes to being like a horrifying game, Dookies on Resident Evil.
Resident Evil was more of an action.
Yeah, it was action. It was easier to play, and that's what sold back then. In old, oh man, God, we're turning into villainy games Saturday nights.
Go figure.
Because back in the day, there weren't many games that actually gave a horror feel. They were just horror themed. Right. They weren't actually scary. They had to rely on jump scares from like the dog, or the sense of terror that you have a boss character that follows you. Stars, like
pretty much.
That was the only way they were able to elicit fear so well. But then we look at games like Clock Tower, where it's like a mystery game and a puzzle solving game, and everything you do risks your character life. So you're truly afraid to just go into the next room because you don't know what's gonna happen.
So essentially, what you're telling me is that this should also buy Resident Evil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and make a good live action movie.
Yeah.
Good
literally
live action movie.
I did name drop Capcom.
Yeah, there you go.
So, yeah, this is a full circle. That was the whole time I was coming full circle. So I feel like one of those rich bastards from Central now. Oh, Ryan Reynolds is cast to play Pikachu.
Yeah, I heard about this. How he's gonna be like the voice of Pikachu.
What the hell?
And I haven't read much of this, but I don't understand why. I still do not understand what's going on. Last time I heard was Pikachu was speaking English. I don't know what.
That's like getting Jaden Smith to voice over Seto Kaiba.
Okay. Anyway, so wow, that's an image in my head that I cannot undo.
Just put Jaden Smith's head on Kaiba's body with his starched out jacket.
With his hair.
He starched the hell out of that jacket. That's why it never goes down. There's no wind blowing. It's just out.
Okay. So can we really well say that Disney's taking over the world? Or at least taking over the entertainment
anything
world,
that's yeah, they're subtly being net neutrality.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Man. Okay. So now, I don't know how I feel about it. Let's say if that meme was an actual thing. If
the Challenge Tower.
No, the whole DC thing.
Oh.
You know, if they do and like, hey, Warner Brothers, you're not doing too hot with your movies. Send them over to our way. You know.
Let's cut a deal.
We
get half rights to make one movie. Just one
movie. And then they blow it out the water, just that one movie, and it's just like it's another Wonder Woman all over again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then they acquire all the stuff, and then they make either standalone or reboot make a Flashpoint movie that I said like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, like
right? And then they have the CGI to do it, and then and then they do a Marvel versus DC.
What?
It worked. It happened before in comics.
That'd be legit.
You know,
I mean, it'd be a one-sided fight, but that'd be legit.
Well, I mean, I guess
we have god tier characters on DC, and we have grounded characters. And look, it's
X-Men
Pac-Man.
in the event. Yes. Oh, and speaking of which, yes, I'm not sure if you meant X-Men in the Avengers or X-Men and the Avengers, but yes. X-Men versus the Avengers is an actual thing.
Yeah, that's a legitimate
that is something
thing.
I would get on board with. Now that they have all this on the Disney category, you know,
I would love to see that.
Yes, that would be something. It's one of the best books ever out there right now. Not right now, but it's been out for years now. But that's still to this day one of the good books out there.
You asked me, that was technically Civil War too. That was the real Civil War too.
Mm-hmm. You know, and then we are finally at least we can get Scarlet Witch into, you know, her Dawn outfit, like be her what she was meant to be, you know,
be her with the X-Men,
right?
She actually hooks up with
Vision.
No, she hooks up with Vision. She hooks up with Loki, and she hooks up with Doctor Doom. Mm-hmm. She gets with the Mystics.
Now, let me ask you a question. Now, that's the whole X-Men conversation is. Would you want the old X-Men? Like the X-Men that started it all off with Patrick Stewart,
the actual actors or
the actual actors who did those two, House of M, yes, to be the X-Men.
I would like to, but the actors
they're not gonna do so. They're already done.
They're way out of it now.
Joe Roland says Resident Evil used to be more of a puzzle game for me. Yeah, I mean, it was, no doubt. You know, going back and forth and yeah. It was more of a definitely more.
It was definitely because you'd spend a lot of backtrack. That's what I'm saying. Like they didn't
backtracking
really,
stuff.
Yeah, because like they couldn't really elicit horror back then. It was hard to with that pre-rendered JPEG background. Like you want to talk horror Resident Evil, that freaking crocodile.
Yeah,
that's horror.
That was horror. Oh yeah, and then you have a lot of things in Resident Evil. Like you have mutated animals and like what you just said and. These humanoid frogs
exactly. They had to make terrifying enemies with jump scares to get you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Taylor Buff says yes. Disney owns the entertainment world. Period. I agree with that. And I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be. I would have been.
I'm about to add more to that challenge tower. I'm about to put Pornhub on the challenge tower.
No, see now. Pornhub will give him a fight.
Yeah, they won.
Pornhub will give them a fight, 100%. Can you imagine Disney versus Pornhub? Who's going to be the victor in this? Now, mind you, Pornhub cares.
Yeah, they do. They
cares more than you expect.
For every person who searched, what was it? BBC, they planted a tree.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of fundraisers and
they have porn. They have porn for blind people. Yes.
How, Sway?
I guess you had to put some headphones on. It was like there's something on Google that I read a while ago that actually helped them. They started out. It was like, wow, this is they're trying. They're pushing themselves out there. Pornhub is in trouble. No. Pornhub will give them a work. I don't think they're gonna be taken so easy at all. The amount of fappery with behind Pornhub. Like, I'm sorry. It's just not. No.
Disney is producing Rule 34 material.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Pornhub just.
But I mean, they take. I mean, give me Johnny Sins as Thanos.
Johnny Sins. No, give me Johnny Sins as Xavier.
Listen, there's a meme where
Johnny Sins, all the jobs he's done.
No. It's like you had Thanos as Infinity War, and then you had Johnny Sins in the same position. Yeah. Infinitely Love.
What the hell?
Because of net. Oh man, I'm not even gonna get into the net neutrality because that's a also really big, really meaty topic.
That's a thick subject.
Yeah,
thick.
They lost the fight. It is what it is, though. I mean, hey, at this point, we just have to wait and see what happens. Mm-hmm. But man, yeah, Disney, Mickey Mouse, essentially, he's taking over the world, or the entertainment world anyway. I want to think that they're not gonna touch Deadpool. They're not gonna touch it. I honestly don't think they're gonna touch it because it's gonna get to the point where Disney's gonna have to, I guess, bite the bullet, in a sense, and start making these rated R movies. They saw how good Logan was.
Yeah.
They know Deadpool, how good.
I mean, because it's at the point where Disney isn't just the Magic Kingdom anymore anyway.
Not at all.
So it's like hell, it's too late now, but if that was the case, they could have jumped up on Pirates now, because Pirates is a very serious theme.
Hey, Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah. If they were able to step up, but wasn't trying to make it a kids movie and actually go into the territories that they keep teetering on, they'd probably make some seriously good movies. But it's too late now. That series is done. They better not make any more.
Please, that's not any more Pirates.
It's like, what? His mother showed up in this movie. What's Jack Sparrow's mother all about? Like, let's make a movie about her, even though she's supposed to be that pygmy head. Whatever.
Right. Okay. So now, let me see. Okay. So, like I said, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with Disney taking over the world. Okay. I'm okay with this. I'm gonna say this over and over because it's what's happening. I'm okay with Disney taking over the world. They do it good. Why complain about it? Like I said, they know they have good writers. They know they have great storytellers. The animation is good. All the animated movies are good.
They know how to produce content,
especially live action content, and that's where we're falling off. And especially the last 5 to 10 years, we're the live action stuff. If it's not a comic book movie, it's not gonna, it's not working.
Incredibles with Marvel.
Huh? Isn't Incredible Disney?
I always thought they were DreamWorks. I'm not sure who makes them.
I mean, same thing, same difference. Yeah, go figure. Now something else I know we didn't want to. I wasn't gonna touch on this, but it just came to mind because we saw the trailer last week. Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah,
Spider-Verse. Yes, Spideyverse.
Miles
Morales. I didn't think there was gonna be a day of this, or the day to come to pass of having a Spideyverse movie, an animated,
which is
Spideyverse movie at that.
So much better.
That's gonna be released in theaters. There's an opening date to this. Yes, guys. Miles Morales is gonna spearhead Spideyverse. And we go. Those who don't know who Miles Morales is, I want to say he's like the first Black Spider-Man. I want to say it, but I'm not sure. Maybe there's been one before.
Uso still tag. Spoiled.
Also, still tag.
Don't drink the milk.
Stop spoiling everything.
Don't drink the milk.
Why?
It's spoiled.
Don't spoil it. Yo, I'm going to start spoiling Star Wars for a minute there. Don't. Oh, my goodness. Damn. Okay. Anyway. But I mean, I'm glad Usos are still chat because I was rooting for them anyway. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Spideyverse. Miles Morales, the first Black Spider-Man in the Marvel Universe. I'm not sure if they did this before, way back when, back in the 80s before my time, but from my understanding, this is the first Black Spider-Man.
From what I know, after reading Spideyverse and seeing all the mini Spider-Men anyway, I didn't see any other Black Spider-Man. They were all just Peter Parkers.
Yeah, right?
Wow, Peter Parkers, crazy. And then a few Spider Girls that show up in and out.
Yeah.
Spider Pigs,
So, okay, so this is happening, which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. If you guys don't know what Spideyverse is, it's pretty much Spider-Man has their own contained 52 universes and more than like 300 universes of different Spider-Men. And spoil Star Wars. There's not enough time to do so. I'm sorry. Besides, Gnarly Marv hasn't seen the movie, and we're besides Tia LaBeouf is in here too, and I'm sure she's gonna want to go off on Star Wars as well. Yeah, let's not. And I want to say this is the first movie of many to come, because I'm sure there's going to be a continuous.
I would love for this to be a continuing thing.
Yeah, a continuing thing of Spideyverse, because there's just too much to cover in a movie. Many would think many would think it's better to be in a serious type of thing, but I mean, hey, maybe they'll do an inhuman type of thing. Start off in the theaters as a movie and continue it off.
Branch over into series.
Even though it was a complete disaster. Both of that, by the way.
Because I can see. Because is Disney trying to buy out Netflix as well?
Not that I know of.
Right,
and
sure,
that's interesting.
I don't know if that was a meme or if I actually did read that somewhere, because I've been seeing a lot of internet stuff lately. Right.
I mean, as far as we're concerned, they're taking out all their from Disney stuff,
anyway.
Right? Yeah, and they're doing their own thing. So talk to me. How do you feel about this Spideyverse thing? You think it'll deliver? I mean, I'm sure it'll deliver a lot more easier than it being a live action movie.
Absolutely, it's gonna deliver. I have trouble with things that essentially work backwards, because they're starting with everybody together and then we scatter.
Yeah.
And Justice League is trying that right now.
Yeah.
They were just
trying something different compared to the Marvel. Yeah.
Like, let's see how this works. Everybody come together and then scatter, because I mean, it opens questions. It gives curiosity, so people will go look and follow whoever it can. Like, they'll pick a favorite in the movie and then they'll go follow them, and that's how you pull the fans in. It's all about the mutant Spider-Man with the extra arms, and you can throw up the hand.
Disney gonna buy the Dragon Ball. Yeah, you know what? It's funny, because I read that not too long ago, saying that the Dragon Ball franchise can be included in the whole Fox thing, because back when the Dragon Ball Evolution came out, it was under the Fox tagline. So essentially, if you want to get kind of technical with it, yeah, it's part of that too, and they can reboot it.
Ew.
If anyone can do it, then Disney can.
Ew.
Who knows?
No, see, the thing is about that is Dragon Ball Evolution should be forgotten, but you're all right. Disney knows how to. First of all, Disney has actual Japanese connection.
There you go.
Legitimate connections to Japan. They will get them some good. Like, the research that. Oh god. All right. The research that Disney goes through to produce some of the movies, especially stuff when they're unfamiliar with territories, like they will go do research and homework on this stuff before they produce it. Like, they had people spend how many months? Like 4 or 5 months in Africa before doing Lion King. Mm-hmm. Like, they literally were in there. Like, I think people died in the process too, because they were like getting that close to animals just to study them. But they were doing all this just for this movie. And funny thing about the animators on it as well is that this was Team B. Team A, their number one goal team, did Pocahontas. Look how that turned out. So it's like, wow. Yeah, it's amazing what Disney will go through. The amount of research they did just to translate Princess Mononoke from Japanese into English. Right. You know, they spent they had a lot of their writers take Japanese classes for 2 months just so they can understand the translations and understand the theme of the movie, so that way they can translate it properly, and then have the voice actors learn a little bit of Japanese. That way, when they translate it to English, they can still express the proper emotion. It's like, oh my goodness,
listening to this, it's just like, we can't even hate.
Yeah, because
we can't, because they go through the motions to get through.
It's like Genkai training.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they go through the motions of getting their stuff right. And if sometimes there's little mishaps in here, but they still put out the effort. It wasn't like a quick buck in the
I want to see Disney hook up with Blizzard.
Oh, to get you.
Give me that.
Jeb's Arcade. So they're going to make the writers fight crimes in New York City. Huh.
I'm not sure what that's referring to.
Like, make the writers fight crimes? I mean, are you referring to the heroes? Like, the Mario heroes? Is it? Let us know. Can you enlighten a little more on the question?
Yeah, so with Blizzard, if they get Blizzard, a World of Warcraft movie, a better one would be nice, because I love the World of Warcraft movie, don't get me wrong, but they squeezed so much into a film, it was kind of a headache.
I mean, it's expected.
It's expected because it's Warcraft. But I would like to see them do a Diablo movie.
Interesting.
Now, that's something that they can do.
Now, you think they can fit that in a PG-13 type of
aspect? Course. Yeah, because, I mean, Diablo it gets
okay. You know what, Pac-Man, you get cool points for that. Yes, they need to do a Yu Hakusho live action. Now, some things you just don't want to touch. I can live without a Yu Hakusho live, but I just give me a Cowboy Bebop. That's something I would love to see.
Disney will be the only ones to do it.
Under the Disney title.
The only ones.
Something I would love to see a Cowboy Bebop movie.
Yes, that shit needs to happen.
Under the Disney title, that'd be amazing. I can wait off. Cowboy Bebop. Give me that Cowboy Bebop. You gave me the Guardians. We know you can do space stuff. Give me the Cowboy Bebop, guys. Give me the Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, okay. I'm legitimately hyped for. Who owns Toei Animation owns Cowboy, right? Or Aniplex? Who owns them?
It's not Aniplex. It's a company that went out. It's no longer.
Really?
Yeah, there's no longer in
circulation.
Circulation or like it's not even relevant anymore. They're done. Yeah, it's interesting because I'm not sure if Cowboy Bebop is still floating in the air in terms of rights, or I don't know what's going on with that. It's been so many years.
Because it's recommended forever. It's recommended for me on Toei Animation. You bugging, dog. Toei Animation made Hellsing. Toei Animation has Digimon. You can suck a fat chode, Pac-Man.
Sunrise. There you go. Sunrise. That's right. The Sunrise company. Yep. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Sunrise.
But yeah, I'm all for that. Give me the Disney. Bebop live action.
Because we know Disney knows how to get a good soundtrack going, and that is what Cowboy Bebop needs. You can't have Bebop without jazz. That would be like having Samurai Champloo without the jazz.
I mean, but see, when you see Bebop, you're gonna see Samurai Champloo. The voice, Steve Blum is there.
Exactly.
Like you just can't. It's just they're just cousins to each other.
They really are.
Disney should make Sailor Moon. I mean, that goes without saying. But
yeah, I was about to say, I'm like. That's like saying a fish should swim in water. Duh. If Disney gets Japanese stuff, the first thing they're spitting out is like, if Disney gets Dragon Ball and any Japanese here's the lineup. They're gonna be making an Astro Boy.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
They're gonna be making Bebop is Guardians without legit. They're gonna be making Dragon Ball. I kind of hate myself for saying this. Disney probably will make a Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's just some things that you just can't translate over into live action. You just can't do it.
It doesn't have. No, it could be animated, not even live action. Just like a 3D animation.
If it's animated, then I'm down with that.
I'm willing to see Kaiba yell at people in 3D.
Second-rate dude with a third-rate deck. That's great.
That meme is all over the internet.
But and you know what? Just spit out Keanu Reeves for Spikey.
Ooh.
Spit him out. He's aged well. Yeah. Before, when that was the thing, I was like, no, he's still young. He's not,
No,
he's God. Enough, Now though, after seeing the whole John Wick thing going on, you know what?
A great
Give me
Spike
that,
Spiegel.
Steve. Give me that. Give me that.
Who would you cast for Jet?
Jet. Rand, the guy from not The Walking Dead, Night of the Living Dead. Oh no, Dawn of the Dead. Baby Boy.
Oh yes. Baby, imagine that Baby Boy. Yeah, when he choked him out in his mother's room.
Yeah.
And that would be a good Jet.
And Jet does the same thing in the first episode. Yeah.
Hopefully the guy's still in shape because he was buff as hell.
Yeah, and we're not talking about
not Tyrese.
Tyrese,
the guy who choked him out.
Yeah, the father who was with his mom, was screwing his mom. That's the guy who would be his Jet.
Father, yeah,
absolutely, 100%. Yes. Who do you think?
I was thinking of Faye.
That lovely piece, a wonderful woman that she is.
That is hard.
I would probably Vin Rames. Yep, that's exactly what I said. Yep. For Faye, that's interesting because it's let Disney make JoJo Part 4. You know what?
What, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Disney will get him in shape.
Oh yeah. They'll put that boy through a gym. Yeah, they'll baby boy him real quick.
Oh yeah.
But for Faye Valentine, it's gotta be a woman well in her 30s or more.
Yeah.
Who still can be enticing. Because like the one I forgot her name, the lady who plays Hella, obviously would be a decent.
Oh, that's
Faye.
perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm trying to think because I had someone. I just thought of her, Hella. I just thought of Hella for Faye, but I'm like, there was somebody else that hit my brain before I dropped it and I lost it.
But I mean, come on, Disney.
If they want her to stay with the Japanese look, they can probably have Lucy Liu do it.
That doesn't sound. I mean, with the good, haircut and all that good stuff. Why not?
Why not? But
yeah, why not?
Edward.
Ed.
How this is gonna be some fresh out the boat.
I'll try to get somebody from like Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
So like I don't.
Or I always forget her name.
Christina Hedrick Rafay.
What the hell? The singer from what the hell is her name?
Formerly
known as Twigs.
Who?
Oh god damn it! I wish I could show you. Because if you see how she moves, she could do a good Edward. Because she's real light skinned. She's like my complexion, so she'd be a good Edward because Edward's got skin color and she's really thin. But the way she moves, like if you ever see her dance, it's like the creepiest thing.
It's like spaghetti, if you will.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, she could be a good Edward.
And yet, yes, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Diamond is unbreakable. I don't know what that means.
The Stand.
Gotcha.
Season 3. I didn't watch season 4 because I absolutely refuse to recognize Jotaro and his brother Joe Garbage, whatever the hell his name is. Like season 4 is just terrible.
Well, okay, so Disney, do what you do, and if as long as you continue doing what you are doing, well, I don't see no fans just going crazy for what you're doing. I mean, just take over the world, take over the internet business.
Yes, I do actually. You spelled shaman wrong though. Shaman is spelled with 2 A's, not an E.
There you go.
And they say that a hero would save us.
If you guys haven't been on social media, these two individuals have been going off with memes. Yeah. How's your mixtape?
Yo, my mixtape is fire.
It's fire.
Fuego.
Wow, Ra, you are bugging. All right, guys. So we just hit the time. This is pretty much the show. It's a little shorter than usual. I mean, we're actually right on.
Well, we started like 8 minutes late because of audio purposes. But
hey, man,
whatever.
We're good. We're fine. All right, guys. Like I said, Disney, yes. Just acquire more stuff. Acquire that Bebop. Maybe even that Yu Yu Hakusho, Sailor Moon, whatever. Just give us more good entertainment that we can get excited for all around. Give us something, other than the comic book era, something out of the comic book stuff,
Buy the rights to Avatar: The Last Airbender and make it proper.
Please. Cash money, Darkened Hour for the 99 and 2000. All right, guys. Well, this is a very easy going show for today. This is Darkened Hour. You have any shout outs? Shout outs to Villainy Games.
Shout out to Villainy Games. I was gonna do that. Shout out to
Fortress of Solitude.
All right, well, you do Fortress of Solitude. Shout out to Speaking My Radio overall. Shout out to the Duke, him and his Dookie at the Over the Top Rope podcast, doing that wrestling thing over there. Shout out to the Real Shit Talkers. Got my boys over there talking that random whatever they talking.
Talking that real shit. Pretty much.
We went through those kind of fast, actually. It was a lot faster than I thought. Is that everybody?
Yeah, shout out to I got the platform Speaking My Radio. Shout out to TNT LaBeouf.
There we go. Shout out to Gnarly Kroger, the villain who refused to wait for a hero to save him.
And this photograph. All right, guys, and it's the sunset on this mortal world.
As usual, guys, if you like this stream, be sure to hit that like button. Leave us a comment on what you want to hear us talk about in our next show. This is Aesop the Alchemist.
Josh Rack Snowheart.
And we'll get back to you guys later.
Peace.
Peace.